you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantabulous. For my returning subscribers, you guys are super amazing. Thank you so much for the support so far. I really appreciate it. Okay, if you're new here, hello and welcome to the family. Like, thank you so much. I'm sure you will definitely enjoy it here. So in today's video, I'm going to be having a Q&A session with my gynecologist. Remember, you guys sent me on an errand. I have officially become your errand girl. Yes, I have become your errand girl. Okay, so I'm waiting the arrival of my doctor so that we will actually begin this session. All right, so see you later.
Why would you suggest women go for family planning?
Yes.
Yeah, we will suggest women go for family planning for various reasons. Firstly, if they have completed their family size, if they've had the total number of children they planned to have, in that case, we suggest they go for family planning and go for the permanent method of family planning, not just the temporary method. Secondly, if they want to space the pregnancies,
Yeah.
so they don't get pregnant when they are not ready for it, when they've not planned for the next pregnancy. So they go for family planning. Once they are up to 6 weeks postpartum, once it's up to 6 weeks after they had their last baby, they can start postpartum family planning and then continue until when they are ready to embark on another pregnancy. The family planning can now be stopped and they will achieve their next pregnancy. Thirdly, we suggest they go for family planning if a young married couple are not yet ready to start childbearing.
Yeah.
And we suggest they do family planning until when they are ready. So they can use family planning methods that will prevent pregnancy until when they are ready to have their pregnancies and their children.
Okay.
Also, on health grounds, we suggest women go for family planning if pregnancy poses a big risk to their lives. For instance, women that have severe heart disease, liver disease, end organ diseases that are contraindicated. Pregnancy, where pregnancy is contraindicated, or pregnancy is relatively contraindicated, in which case that pregnancy will pose some risk or a very big risk to their lives. So we suggest that they go for family planning so they don't risk their lives. Also, if they've had cesarean section, operative deliveries
Yeah.
up to 4 times or more, we advise them to go for family planning, permanent family planning, to tie their tubes, or the husbands can tie their own sperm tubes in permanent family planning so they won't need to embark on further pregnancies that will be a big risk to the woman. Family planning being unhealthy, that women can have some cancer, questions asked by some people. No, family planning does not lead to cancer. And family planning is not unhealthy. Family planning actually is the most important reproductive health inputs. It's the most important reproductive health factor that helps a family to develop healthily, develop economically, develop socially, and have that holistic health package that is provided. And that's why reproductive health is very important. So family planning is a very major important factor, in reproductive health. In fact, it's the most important because with proper family planning, the family will be healthy, happy, and economically sound. If there's any particular test a woman should do before embarking on any method of family planning,
Just to know the one that worked
to
for her.
know whether it will work for her or not.
Yeah.
No, there's no particular test. One could do. The most important thing is the counseling. We have what we call a family planning, education, information, and counseling. Before anybody embarks on family planning, the person is educated on all the methods of family planning. Person is enlightened, giving adequate information on all of them. And the person is counseled and helped to make a choice, an informed choice of the best method that will suit the person's purpose. If it is for permanent family planning, those who have completed their family size, or those who, because of health conditions, cancel not to get pregnant again, or if it's for temporary family planning, for child spacing, or for um, avoiding pregnancy until maybe one finishes her master's or PhD or program abroad. So those three elements of education, information, and counseling assisting the person make an informed choice are the things needed, not to start testing the person's body to know which method the body will reject or not.
Okay.
As for which one will fail any particular individual, um, it is it is something that is unknown until the failure comes. But we know that some family planning methods have lower failure rates while others have higher failure rates. But the modern family planning methods, most of them have very low failure rates. None of them is 100% efficient or effective. There's always some failure rate. Many of them are 99 point something percent effective. But out of 1,000, you can have one or two that will experience failure rate and they will come down in pregnancies. And then they will blow it up. It will be as if the method is not effective. It's not true. The modern methods, many of them are very, very effective, but none of them is 100% effective. Even the permanent method is not 100% effective. Using salt water or
Antibiotics.
antibiotics to prevent pregnancy as maybe emergency method of family planning. No, those things don't work. There's no relationship scientifically that salt water and antibiotics will be used to prevent pregnancy. Some may I won't say lucky. For some, the pregnancy may be prevented, but you can't objectively and scientifically say it is the salt or the antibiotics
Okay.
that that made them not to get pregnant
Yeah.
after an unprotected intercourse. Okay,
Mm.
and then for some, no matter what they use, even those that go ahead and use quinine injections, some use Tom Tom in Coke, in Coca-Cola, some use all sorts of concoctions, take over dosages of things.
Mm.
Despite all those things they take, many of them, pregnancies just keep persist and keep growing. So those are not objective ways of preventing
Pregnant.
pregnancies. Oh, someone that is taking injectables and has a side effect of bleeding, prolonged bleeding, yeah, I will suggest the person stops that method and then will counsel her for other methods that are better, that are more or less not hormone based, like the intrauterine contraceptive device, copper iucd,
Yeah.
or using Marina. Okay, we'll cancel the person for non-hormonal methods. Some people, the hormonal methods like insertable, you talked about the implants. Some people react to them, and which is actually part of the side effect of those methods of contraception, irregular menstrual bleeding,
Yeah.
and all. But for some people, it gets so exaggerated and so complicated that they are cancelled to stop such methods, and then we cancel them to try other better methods than those they've been using before. Oh well, it depends on the purpose. Like I said, if someone has completed a family size, or someone has a very big obstetric risk, the person is to embark on further pregnancies, you counsel them to go for the permanent method of family planning, which is a bilateral tubal ligation, tying the two fallopian tubes in the female, or vasectomy, tying the two sperm tubes in the man. So, but if it's just for child spacing, they've not completed their family size, you counsel them to use the ones that will still give them the opportunity to get pregnant when they want to. So they may go for the They may go for the intrauterine contraceptive device, iucd. They may also go for the subdermal implants, the non-plant, or the implant-on.
Yeah.
If it's for a very short time,
Mm.
you might cancel them for orals, like breastfeeding mothers can take progesterone only pills, okay, or even well, they can use barrier method if it's just for a short time or few months,
Yeah.
okay, 6 months to 8 months, 1 year, to be able to take care of the baby for some time before embarking on another pregnancy. Because some women are very fertile,
Yeah.
they can get pregnant just barely 2 3 months after the previous pregnancy,
Yeah.
and it may not be the best for the child that is still trying to enjoy the breastfeeding,
Mm.
and also the mother that is burdened with a lot of mothercraft and all.
Yeah.
And then if it is for, you can use the barrier method, condom, the male condom or the female condom, for those who are not always um, who are not always together. Couples are not always together, but they want to prevent pregnancy until when it's convenient. So if it's once a month or once in 3 months they meet, but they want to postpone pregnancy for maybe a year or so, they can use the barrier method each time they are meeting. Okay?
Yeah.
The barrier method has the advantage of not just preventing pregnancy, but also preventing sexually transmitted infections, HIV, and all. So they can use those ones since just for few times. No, the withdrawal method is not part of modern family planning method. It is crude. It is not reliable.
Yes.
It is primitive. It is not acceptable by us gynecologists, because it's not just reliable at all. The principle of withdrawal method is when the man feels urged to ejaculate.
Yeah.
Instead of ejaculating in the woman, he withdraws and ejaculates outside. And that is very unreliable, because before that urge to ejaculate, it is there's usually the some ejaculation that goes on unnoticed,
Yeah.
and that early phase of ejaculation that doesn't come with orgasm, you know, releases in a lot of sperm cells. Okay, a
Yeah.
lot of sperm cells. So, eh, assuming that it's only during the orgasmic period that one will ejaculate, it's not scientifically sound. And so many people get pregnant with this withdrawal method because they don't know of this idea that ejaculation takes place even before the orgasm proper. Okay, so we discourage withdrawal method. And the lady that is scared that she might get pregnant,
Yeah.
her fears are very, very justified, because she has a very high probability of actually getting pregnant without withdrawal method. So such husbands should be cancelled to go for modern family planning method, because withdrawal method is not reliable, it's not efficient, it's not effective, it's not encouraged at all. Yeah, there's one other aspect that we didn't really mention well:
Mm.
emergency contraception.
Okay.
Emergency contraception is contraception when someone has been exposed already. Unprotected sex had already taken place, and the person is scared could get pregnant, and so we have to do something urgently. to prevent pregnancy. Okay? And it's very, very important, especially in young people and even in couples that don't want to embark on pregnancy, but somehow they embark on unprotected sex and all. So, emergency contraception, we use the best method is intrauterine contraceptive device, copper iucd. Okay,
Okay.
the best method. It
Okay.
can prevent pregnancy very effectively if used within 5 days to 1 week of unprotected intercourse. And then we also have the oral methods that can be used using the use combination, using um, the after morning pill, double dose, and all the common personal tool that people go and buy from over the counter pharmacies and patent medicine stores. So it's good to know that there's something called emergency contraception. If someone has engaged on unprotected sex and is not ready for pregnancy, the person should immediately seek for help from a healthcare provider, family planning provider, or a gynecologist for emergency contraception to be instituted immediately to try to prevent pregnancy. Well, sometimes it could happen, but very infrequently. Very infrequently. And that's why after insertion, we cancel couples after inserting iucd. We cancel them to abstain from coitus for at least 3 to 5 days to allow the iucd to sit in well. Okay? To sit in well, anchor well into the uterus so that probability of shifting will be less. And then we also cancel people to go for insertion of iucd, you know, where experts who are trained in the insertion will do it, like trained gynecologists, trained midwives, okay, and not just people who are not properly trained. Because if you're not inserted well, it can even fall off, or it can perforate the uterus, okay, it can become a missing IUCD, or it will not be effective to do its work well. So insertion method is very important, and then compliance with the period of abstinence post insertion.
This video was helpful to you, like you learned a lot from it, please kindly give it a thumbs up, like, share, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, and see you in my next video. Bye.